Welcome to the garage. Hope you brought a stop loss.
Welcome back to Guru Crypto Garage. It's your guy John, and tonight the market isn't just heating up, it's straight up turbocharged. So buckle up, crack a cold one, and let's get this engine running, because the only thing cooling off tonight is the ice in my drink. Let's start with the big dogs. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF just blasted through $70 billion in assets. That's right, 70 billion in less than a year. You know what that means? Institutions aren't just dipping their toes in crypto. They're pulling up with car haulers, emptying the lot, and asking if we've got more out back. But the fun didn't stop there. Over the weekend, the crypto markets took a sharp turn. Israel-Iran tension sent Bitcoin sliding 5% and triggered over 1.2 billion in liquidations. That's a wipeout if I've ever seen one, and it put the whole market on high alert. But what happens when fear spikes? Opportunity is lurking in the next lane. Meanwhile, Vietnam officially greenlit digital assets, lighting up the entire Asian market like someone just stomped the throttle at a midnight meet. Global adoption isn't a future headline, it's happening in real time. Now check this out. Bitcoin exchange reserves just dropped to 2.5 million coins on all exchanges. That's a 14% drop since January. If this keeps up, exchanges could literally be running out of BTC before your tires need a rotation. If you're waiting for a dip, you might end up watching the taillights fade out for good. But you know, the garage doesn't just look at the main straight, we get deep in the trenches. That's where Christian comes in. This guy is the meme king, the trench digger, the first to spot a new breakout and the last to leave a pump party. Tonight's Solana meme coin scene, pure mayhem. Trump Mobile ripping up 740% in a day, Monitor posting 560, Cat of Gnosis bouncing 320 all in 24 hours. That's not a market, that's demolition derby. Christian, you keep the nitro tanks full, and the garage thanks you for taking those hits so we don't have to. Let's not forget the rest of the track. Equities rallied as the Israel-Iran drama eased up, with tech stocks pulling the weight. Nasdaq jumped 1.5%, AMD led the charge, and the Dow and S&P followed suit. Meanwhile, Iran's hinting at nuclear negotiations, so oil prices are seesawing harder than a rookie driver learning stick shift. Over in AI land, Apple dropped its latest AI updates at WWDC, but let's be honest, crowd barely hit the brakes. It's like they brought a stock Prius to a supercar showdown. The tech sector wants fireworks, not fog lights. Oh, and the real-world asset scene? Absolutely roaring. Nearly $24 billion in tokenized assets and climbing fast. TradFi is tired of watching from the stands they're getting on the track. So what does it all mean? Massive token unlocks this week, institutions rotating money from Bitcoin to Ethereum, global tension keeping the pit crew on their toes, and wild action in the meme coin garage. Now, if you want to know where the real alpha is, you need more than headlines. You need the queen of the charts, our technical analysis master, the one and only Lulu. She's got more market intuition than most traders have caffeine, and don't forget she's a pig. So here comes your nightly technical analysis. Lulu, take it away.
It's Lulu, the chart queen with my eye on a certain pig who just loves to fly. You know the one, always breaking resistance, never staying in the pen, and let's just say if he ever wanted to take me for a moonwalk, I wouldn't say no. But enough about my dream guy. Let's wrench on these charts and I'll make it easy for everyone, even if you're just starting out. First, we've got Bitcoin on the 15-minute chart. That just means every bar you see on the graph shows 15 minutes of action. Right now, Bitcoin is kind of just hanging out, not going anywhere fast. Think of it like idling at a stoplight with your friends, music up, waiting for the green. The RSI, which is trader code for relative strength index, is sitting right around 50. RSI is like a mood ring for the market. If it's up near 70, things are a little too hot, and if it's down near 30, everyone's kind of over it. 50 means nobody's really sure, so we're just vibing. Solana's next, and it had a little dip, but tried to bounce back. There are a bunch of sell triggers. Those are just signs that a lot of people started leaving the party early. If Solana can get above its EMA, which stands for exponential moving average, just a fancy way of showing what the price has really been up to lately, maybe it gets some energy back. Until then, Solana's like that friend who says they'll come out but ends up staying home. Now, Ethereum. ETH is in this sideways move, making what we call higher lows. That just means every little dip isn't quite as low as the last, like someone slowly building up the courage to talk to their crush. But volume, which is just how many people are actually trading, is kind of quiet. RSI is in the 40s, so the energy is a little low. I'd wait to see more excitement before I start planning my outfit. Cardano, ADA, has a mix of signals. It's getting attention at support. That's the spot where the price usually stops falling, kind of like the friend group that always keeps you from doing something crazy. But it keeps making lower highs, which is like shooting your shot and getting left on red. Unless ADA gets above 64 cents, it's just chilling with the snacks. Now, Moonpig, don't even get me started. He's the pig who loves to fly, always showing off on the 15-minute chart. There was a big run-up, then a little tumble, and now he's gliding down what we call a descending channel, which just means the price is drifting lower, like cruising down a hill on a bike with no brakes. RSI is hanging in the 40s, so it's not wild, but if Moonpig ever breaks out above that top line, you'll hear me squealing all the way from the garage. On the 1-minute chart, Moonpig is even wilder. It's like a roller coaster. Price is bouncing up and down, and there are buy and sell triggers everywhere. Triggers are just little alarms that say, hey, something big might be about to happen. RSI is in the 60s, so there's definitely energy, but not enough to call it a full-on rally yet. If Moonpig can get above those moving averages, I'll be watching like it's the last dance at prom. Bitcoin, Solana, ETH, and ADA on the 1-minute chart are all just taking it easy. Some buy signals, but nobody's flooring it yet. If they break above their recent highs, maybe we'll get some fireworks. So that's the chart tune-up from Lulu, the pig with a thing for the flyers. Every term I use is just a way to talk about how the market is feeling, and remember, none of this is financial advice. I'm just a pig in the garage, talking about the hottest charts and the hottest pigs. Always do your own research. Never chase just because someone looks good in the moonlight, and keep it fun. Let it rip.